Okay guys, it's Drawing Girl 4, and I'm gonna be making a rant, and I'm surprised I haven't made this rant, but it's more of the rant on the bronies who complain on mainly Equestria girls. The first one, and the sequel, which will be coming out in a few days, which I can't wait to see. I'm just gonna, bring my high school friends, and we're all gonna go see it. Bring everybody that I know at my high school and just go sing it, and then, we're gonna be all humming the songs the very next day. And the problem with Equestria Girls is that bronies went literally crazy over Equestria Girls. Oh my freaking god. Especially on 4chan. Just everybody, and I mean everybody, hated Equestria Girls and the very idea of it. But, it just annoys me because it's okay to dislike Equestria Girls, but it really does piss me off when they're acting like Equestria Girls is the absolute worst thing and that it somehow ruined My Little Pony. Yet there are fandoms that that have to deal with so much worse crap than Equestria Girls that it is not even funny. Oh, bronies, you think Equestria Girls is bad? Well, how about the Spider-Man fandom? The fandom that had to deal with let me think. Spider-Man One More Day, Spider-Man 3, the death of Ultimate Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man's cancellation, the Amazing Spider-Man comic, which had freaking Spider-Man, switch bodies with Doc Ock, and having Spider-Man die, and Doc Ock masquerading as Spider-Man in Spider-Man's body, and, pretty much everybody loving, Doc Ock as Spider-Man, while most of them, not even giving a crap about Peter was Spider-Man. Oh, and guess what? The freaking, Ultimate Spider-Man TV show on Disney XT. Equestria Girls is nothing, and I mean nothing, compared to what the Spider-Man fans had to go through with their media. And it's even worse because after, all the things that happened in Spider-Man, which I previously mentioned, Spider-Man, the media itself, isn't even that good anymore. I mean, sure, there's still some games and, heck, even some, stuff about the character that's being made recently that's good, but there is very few of it, and it's gotten to a point in where I will declare that fan fictions are better than the actual comic books that are being published right now. Yeah, I'm that freaking serious. Oh, and another thing, bronies, Equestria Girls isn't even in the same fucking canon. Everything which I mentioned, except for, Ultimate Spider-Man, is in the exact same canon as the Spider-Man universe. That's got to be really annoying, right? I mean, you can hate Equestria Girls, but you could at least be happy that it's not even in the same canon as the My Little Pony universe. And another thing, the Equestria Girls didn't even affect My Little Pony Friendship is Magic that much. Except for the Flash Century cameo, in 2 episodes, I think. It didn't even affect the show that much. Oh, and another thing that people had to deal with. Elle and Light Yagami dying. Oh, and guess what? This is canon. That's right. 2 of the best characters dying. And it's canon. Yeah, bronies. Keep complaining how Equestria Girls and Twilight Corn ruin your fandoms. Yet, in Death Note, characters actually died. You know what? Do you know that whenever people, bitch about, Light and Elle dying in Death Note and all the things that happened to Spider-Man fandom, do you want to know why I'm not pissed off about it? It's because those things are legitimate things to complain about. The second season of Death Note is good at best, but overall it wasn't nearly as well written as the first season. A majority of Spider-Man things have really gone downhill, and it's just probably gonna go even more downhill. Equestria Girls, Twilight Corn, that's really what you guys think is the definition of My Little Pony going downhill. You are going to leave the fandom of loving people except for a few idiots here and there, just because a character happened to grow wings and 2 spin-off movies with them being teenagers are made based off it. Congratulations. Now, I would like to say this. I love the Brony fandom. I really freaking do. It's probably one of the best fandoms out there and really has affected my life, which is why it really, hurts me whenever I see, things negative, to My Little Pony on websites like DeviantArt. I mean, like, it's DeviantArt, not hate art freaking seriously. But there's one thing I do have to admit that this fandom, has, but I really hate to admit, is that we, as a fandom, are spoiled. And the worst that really happened in this fandom is, the fact that, fighting is magic was taken off. That's really the worst that happened. And even that wasn't even that bad, because despite the fact that what could have been a great fan game was brought out, it didn't affect the show or anything, so, yeah. And, sure, there is As Princess Molestia, and I know that a lot of people are probably going to hate me for this, but as entertaining as that comic was, I think it rightfully deserved to be taken down. Oh, yeah, you might hate me, but think about it. It's about Princess Celestia raping ponies. Before you say, oh, it's just a joke. Okay, just because the comic was meant to be a joke doesn't mean that it's funny and that it's right to joke about rape. Oh yeah, just because I make a joke about 9/11 doesn't mean that it's right or okay to make a joke about 9/11 and disregard the fact that millions of people died in that. It just really, really pisses me off to see things, like that in this fandom, because it just really, really, annoys me. But then again, I do have to think that, well, we may be pissy about small things like that. At least we aren't like the Sonic fandom, who made an entire rant about a character just because she happened to look like Marine the Raccoon. I'm looking at you, Sammy, classic Sonic fan. So yeah, I still have more things to say, and maybe I'll regret not saying them, but I feel like maybe it's just good to end this video here. If I have more thoughts after this video, maybe I'll just add it, but for now, I think I'm pretty much done with my rant. Bye guys, it's Strong Girl 4.